All right, good evening, everyone. It is now 8:01 on December 12th. We're going to get started over here. Just lower in that music. All right, I got to take that banner off. All right, good evening. I hear Cirilla coming. There she is already. Hey, lady. Okay, so almost done with conventions for the year. While Cirilla's up here, I might as well do some updates. Yeah, the beard's growing out a bit. I usually do that for holiday season in the winter. But yeah, so got two conventions this week. The New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival's horror holiday sideshow market. It's a tongue twister. And then, of course, I've got the well, not of course, but I have the New Jersey Witch Fest on Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, two different shows. One in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. That's the Witch Fest. Edison, New Jersey for the horror sideshow with whatchamacallit, the people, the New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival. All right, let's switch over to the board here, which I don't have this completely worked out. They're in the right place, but we're going to get it there. Okay. All right, so last week, that's right, last week, what did I do? I got a little bit more organized over the week, and well, not the weekend, during the weekend. Let's start the halls. Okay, yeah. Last week we did Krampus. Hello. This week, figure I'll keep with the theme of a lot of the work I've been doing. Thought I'd do a Christmas witch. Maybe. All right. I'm gonna land on a perch, Cirilla. Maybe. At some point, she'll be ready to go. I can get this started at least. It's like between your hair and mine. It's too much, right, lady? I think people don't even want to come into the stream at the beginning of the night because of your incessant tale. I don't know. I thought some people liked you besides me. All right. Oh my God. It'll never end, will it, Cirilla? You're just gonna keep going with this, aren't you? Well, when your face is there, it makes it very hard to get this going. All right, so we are going to get this going. What's up, lady? I'm just going to sit there and watch it happen like everybody else. That's okay. All right, so. Are you trying to make lines now? That's like a U line. I don't know if that'll be enough to get the head in there. You want that? And play with that. I'll try to use the other one. Or are you going to go for that one too? Yeah, you're really chewing on. Oh my God. So go for that one. Oh my god! You see what she did to this pencil already? Oh my god! This is what she does to my books. Just chews on them. Mm-hmm. Hey, Raphael, how you doing today? Yeah, I know. Cyrilla's just she's becoming part of the show sometimes. I don't know exactly how I'm going to make this a Christmas witch, but we're going to try our best. She seems occupied with her thoughts now, which is good. I'll be able to draw for a bit. Sorry, Cyrilla, I have to erase your contribution, but you really need to make this a little clearer for me. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to still be doing witches as a theme. I do have to get back to Chadiana, but witches, Nosferatu, Chadiana, and some Lovecraftian horror will continue, at least for the foreseeable future. We are doing Creepy Christmas Challenge at Pet and Apple TV, and we are showing it all off December 20th. Oh, that's awesome. Can't wait to see it, Raphael. I had you're just telling me now, but I had no idea. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be keeping to the creepy Christmas stuff. I had wanted to do a bunch of Christmas horror stuff this year, but I just didn't have the time to do it. Add to the holiday card I already have, which isn't on my Etsy. I've been taking it with me to shows, but I was gonna do more of those, and maybe some other like stickers, but maybe also t-shirts and stuff. And I just didn't have the time after getting ready for Salem. I just think it was too much. Were you Were you the one that was talking to me about it? Or was it Frank? I feel like it was a conversation I was having in um, Rhode Island. That, you know, Christmas used to have, like, ghost stories were a big thing. Yeah. I actually, and this is going back a year ago when I originally thought I was going to be releasing the Kirkland horror. I had a second novel that was going to come out around Christmas. Wasn't a ghost story, but it was yeah, it was. It was a horror trilogy kind of collection thing, but all the stories are connected. And yeah, I just didn't get it done. So maybe next year. I guess in structure that way, it's similar to the Kirkland horror in the sense that it follows different characters, but they're not as interconnected as the Kirkland horror's characters are. Yeah, I'd love to do a true like Christmas ghost story, but I don't know what I would do for it. I should try though at some point. Yeah, I know, but I guess because I have read so few of them, I feel like I would just like default to like a knockoff of whatchamacallit. Oh, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the Charles Dickens story. It's not a Christmas story because that's the movie with Ralphie. I don't know why. Christmas Carol, right? Christmas Carol. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I blanked. I read it some years ago, like finally the actual story rather than all the adaptations, the film adaptations. Because I always want to get to the source at some point. Speaking of witches, which is why I gotta finally read those Oz books. Although TNT had the MGM Wizard of Oz film on last night, and I watched it, and that is the first time I've seen it since I don't know, maybe I was 7 or 8. Yeah, I like knowing how it's been changed, and I like also knowing how what the original story was like. I've only had it because I like old literature anyway. I've only had it happen in a rare couple of cases where I was like, not as great. Um, there were a couple where it happened, but it's not too often. Fix that in a second. Yeah, the Krampus was fun. I really would like to do another one. I was going to do some Krampus art this year too. That was going to be another part of the theme of this year's Christmas and holiday stuff. But again, like I just didn't, I got burnt out after all the witch preparation, which was significantly less than what I wanted to do. So next year, a bunch of that stuff's going to go on the table for new products and designs. Yeah, I love that Krampus though. Yeah, I was gonna have a Krampus card, probably a print, maybe put him on a t-shirt too, do a sticker design. Christmas witch. Okay, here we go. I was just working on a commission before, so like I feel warmed up, but at the same time, well, it was Christmas themed, but or holiday themed, but I just kind of different, very different. The commission that is, though. Gotta make a fix to that somewhere. I figured this out at one point. At some point or another. I don't think that's going to work, right? I think that's where I'm having my problem. That's okay. Oh my God. Got a lot of notifications on my phone right now. Curious about all that. Oh, wow. A lot of people went live all of a sudden. Thanks for the shout out, though, Raphael. I saw you, I guess, shared a post of this live stream. Much appreciated. I got to get the notifications out earlier. Sometimes I just kind of, I'm not sure what I want to do with the thumbnail, so I just kind of leave it to the last minute. People don't get the news quick enough. Yeah, I think we got enough to go with. So here we go. work I was doing with this earlier was good because it's really flowing nicely now. Might have to move that down a bit. All right. Gonna take some of these features down a little bit. Yeah, all right. Use the one I didn't want to use before. Back to this the way we need to. Grab this one. Yeah. Okay. Cirilla hair. There you go.
Too bad. I guess I'm not saying much during this one. Just very much concentrated on what I'm doing here. Not exactly sure what a Christmas switch looks like, but this is what I'm going with. Hey, James, you made it early this time. Welcome. It's good to see you. Or, well, and you know what I mean, I think. I'm glad you could make it. Working on what is supposed to be a Christmas switch. Maybe, I guess. Just in time for the Christmas switch, yeah. Just in time. Trying out a design. I really wanted to do an official piece for, print and store and everything, but there just was not enough time. Oh yeah, forgot to highlight that. Yeah, but I got some writing done today. Not true work on the languages, but I believe that that will follow this week. I feel like as the I know I've said it, but as the shows are whittling down to the end, I'm starting to, and with enough of a break and getting everything organized behind me, because there were like piles on the floor last week. I feel like I'm finally getting into a good routine, which hopefully I can stick to as things get busy again. Well, that's the intention, is to build some good new habits so that I can stick to it when things get busy again, because I don't want to lose time for conlanging and writing and
shoddy on it and all that. So. How are your own conline? Well, I know I always see your posts, but how are your own conline endeavors going? Concentrating on December now. Yeah, no, I guess that would be a thing to be working on. Never participated. Obviously, I have my own neuroses about, well, neuroticism about being a true conlanger anyway, but I'll get to that. La Befana. What is La Befana? Well, now I gotta look it up, Mike. Now I gotta look it up. Oh, damn it. Sometimes I hate Chrome because of how I have it set up. La Befana. It's an Italian thing, huh? Is she a Christmas witch? Oh my god. Is she really? She is an old woman that delivers gifts to. Oh, it does say a witch. Oh my god. There is a Christmas witch. Little did I know. The only Christmas witch I ever heard of was I think Aubrey Plaza did like a children's book some years ago about the Christmas witch. Well, the book was titled The Christmas Witch. I've never read the book or seen it. I just saw an interview where she came out cackling like a lunatic, but she's good for that awkward humor or uncomfortable humor sometimes. Yeah, I didn't know it existed. I'm getting a big lesson in some Italian traditions lately. I was recently told about Dominic the Donkey. Had no idea what that was, but no idea. Let's make this hand just a little bit more delicate. That's what it should be, right? Like the broom should be made out of like holly twigs. Let's see, because how the ideas start coming together as you're working. If I had sketched around in advance, it would have been a different story, but it's just kind of like an idea that develops as I go. That would make sense. Holly as the witches. Broom. First attempt at a Christmas witch. Not sure how much I like this one. I mean, I'll have to do another next week. Oh, the tragedy of doing that. A second Christmas witch. I really should get figure out which holiday songs are royalty free and get them to play during these episodes of my live stream. Also has the intro because I only downloaded some stuff for Halloween. I never got around to any other music. So I'm still using like StreamYard's standard plugin music. At least they have a variety so I can switch it up, but I'd like something a little bit better. Let's get the Holly going. Well, that came together fairly quick for not exactly knowing what she was going to look like in advance. I don't love it. I don't. But what else is new? Me not loving something that I did. Slightly. There one for holly twigs. Can always add on more. Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just draw larger pieces for these episodes. It's too many, so many little details, and then I always wind up going too close to the edge. I still, on the fly, have a very poor habit of doing that. I'm getting bored working on those twigs, so I gotta come back to them. It's a little tedious. As much as I like putting a lot of little fine details into things, sometimes I get a little like I need a break, so I go work on something else, come back to it. Oh my god, what happened to my camera? Oh, I see, because I didn't have this open. Yeah, that's interesting. Very strange. Yeah, is everything good here? I think so. Just want to make sure that all this is working good. Yeah. Okay. No worries. It was on a different window and my screen went black, so I didn't know if that messed with the live stream. But you can still see the table, so that helps. Okay, go back to this one for a minute. All right. Good old Pentel brush to come out now. Well, at least. Oh my god. Well, that's embarrassing, James, because at this point it should be, as far as volumes go, for how long I've actually been working on it, content put out, it should be two almost. But alas, there's not a full volume out at the moment. I had a publisher a while back, which owes to some slowing down, but it wasn't a good mix. So that volume never come out. And then I rebooted it and soft rebooted it. Now I only have the two issues out. There were 5 in the previous publisher's set, and then there was one self-published before that, plus the 2 out, plus the one I've held back for getting my conlines together. So yeah, it's pitiful. I know. It's the one thing that I beat myself up about just about every day. It's it's a bit embarrassing for me. Not that you brought it up. I mean, I need people to bring it up. I think for a while I believed that people didn't even care whether I worked on the series or not. Although I have found recently it's like consistently been one of my best sellers year to year. Actually, no, the best seller I've had has been the Chadiana series. The only thing that's come close is the Tainted Ones. No, you didn't hit a sore point. It's more just, you know, I just don't know why I let so many things get in the way of it, because it's been, to me, one of the most important things I've worked on, and the response, I guess, has been relatively good in the sense that, people support it and want to see it, but I always let the doubt creep in with that one more than anything else. So, no, it's not a sore point. If anything, the more people that ask about it, the better for me, really. So, no, don't think it's a sore point. Yeah, in fact, your encouragement on the conlang stuff helps me make sure I get it done. But yeah, there's 2 issues out at the moment. The first one is Rekindled, sort of a nod to the fact that I gave it a soft reboot. Because anything that was published by Rosarium Publishing, which was the previous publisher, after I was self-publishing when they took it up, any of that content still is valid. I didn't want to cut out the fans that were reading that. So Chadiana Rekindled is the first volume, illustrated by me. Well, the first issue. It's not a volume because really, it's a comic issue. That one was illustrated by me and two other artists. One of whom was the one that illustrated issue 2. Jackie Musto. And then, I did the first story in the first one. Well, I wrote them all, but I did the illustrations for the first story. I finished the pages of the third one years ago, and some of my friends have been encouraging me to get out of my head and just get it out. And then issue 4 was supposed to be illustrated by the second illustrator in the first issue, and she just disappeared with my money. Went in the army, got married, and I haven't heard from her in years. And at first I was very understanding, but as time has gone on, I find myself a little bit aggravated with her lack of follow through. So, but it did stall things a bit too. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that just will sound like so many excuses at this point because it's 2023 going into 2024. And the last issue I put out with Rosarium was in 2017. And then I came up with the idea for the soft reboot, I think a year or two after that. I put out issue 1 in 2020. I put out the new issue 1 in 2019, second issue in 2021. And now it's 2023 and nothing. No, you didn't hit a sore point. I would rather be honest than try to just come up with some convoluted excuse. I guess that's only for habitual liars or whatever they do. No, I'm just embarrassed about it, that's all. But as much as I keep saying it, my plan is to get back to it. Well, not to get back to it. My plan is to resume focus on it. This year I spent a lot of time developing pieces to sell at conventions to mixed results. Because still Chadiana, even without a new issue out this year, Chadiana sold better than all but 2 of the prints. And the same thing with my novels. So all that time branching out into superheroes and other stuff just to get some fan art on the table and get people to buy. It didn't work out perfectly. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm very much the type that just doesn't. Well, it's like this, right? So here's an example of my thought process on it, right? And this will give you an idea of maybe the way I kind of look at it, whether I have a legitimate reason or not, right? But when I got out of school, I got out of college in 2005, and the arts were already taking a big hit on the economy. in the economy, right? That was before like the really big crash was started hitting every other industry. The arts were already feeling it. Maybe I've told this story before. Getting a sense of deja vu. I feel like I've told it on the live streams, but I wasn't, even though people were saying the economy was bad then, and the same thing about now too. I don't like to use that as like a, oh, well, that's why things aren't going well or better than I expected. Things are going well right now. I don't mean it that way, but I'm not the type to blame outside forces on why I can't get something done. I mean, it does happen, yeah, but I guess I always feel like there's plenty of things that are out of your control, but sometimes I just feel like, well, somebody's got to be doing it, so there's no reason why I can't either. Which is funny because if anybody ever came to me and told me their story about why they couldn't get something done, or was just, as long as they were being forthright and honest about something, I'm not the type to make someone wear it, as it were. Like, I tend to be understanding and empathetic, especially when it's reasons of mental health. I just am always uh, very keenly aware of it in myself and in other people. So I try to give a lot of leeway on that stuff. But yeah, I'm not unreasonable. I'm just unreasonable when it comes to myself. That's all, James. Another one of my really another one of my creative habits and life habits that probably is not serving me the best. And let's face it, probably if I was a little bit easier on myself, I'd be getting the work done because I wouldn't be feeling this immense amount of guilt. But I grew up Catholic, even if I don't practice it anymore. So, of course, that's going to be there. To make a joke out of it. Yeah. No, but actually, as I've looked at how this year went last year, and, I needed some data. I really did. I needed to do some conventions, a lot of them, a lot of different types. I needed to do the fan art to kind of figure things out. And yeah, my plan is to get back to Chadiana next. And then I was going to start working on more witches, but I've had a couple of Nosferatu projects I've really wanted to do. And now Robert Eggers is doing his film remake, and I just feel like, I gotta strike while the iron's hot and not delay it anymore. I'm very much looking forward to that remake, by the way, because Robert Eggers is, so far I haven't not liked a movie of his. Which almost puts him in the running with one of my other favorite directors. Whatchamacallit? Why am I drawing a blank? We're just going to give her little warts all over. Christopher Nolan. But Christopher Nolan has done one film that I didn't like. I never cared for Insomnia. So technically, Robert Eggers is up on Christopher Nolan that way, but he also hasn't made nearly as many films, so it's very hard to judge that way. I look forward to his remake and to see what else he does after that. The minute I saw The Witch and knew that Robert Eggers was a Nosferatu fan and wanted to remake it, I knew that there wouldn't be a better director to do it. Because I didn't really care for the Werner Herzog version, the one that was done in the 70s with Klaus Kinski. Mm-hmm. All right, there she is. So now we just got to put color on her. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to have to let that dry anyway in a minute. Once I get the initial wash down. All these books next to me. Not for reading, journals in my planner. Really, it's all writing stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's move this over. Oh, I forgot my tea. I made tea earlier. Earl Grey with a touch of lemon and honey. Okay. Spray bottle. First things first. Well, you know what? Let's go over there first. I can't get it to go all the way over, can I? No, I can't. But anyway, I always spray the tray first. Just helps dampen everything. And gets it ready to, well, you know, it gets a little gummy and then it's easier to use. I'm not going to make this too dark, but yeah, we'll go with that bluish green color. That'll work just fine. It'll add to the Christmasness of it. I don't always do a really dark wash, but just a wash. Just so that the whites are in pure white in the piece. I think I talked about it once. It just puts a color down as a base. Helps me start visualizing the color scheme. Hildebrand brothers, well, now just Greg, use this technique by putting color in their whites so that everything, if the lighting's correct in the piece, it kind of gives that look. And well, it gets all the colors to kind of unify that way, which I agree with. And when he was still working, Drew Struzan used to put down like a off-white or like a very light gray on his canvases before working. Which makes sense, because if you see any of his drawings, they're all on toned paper, so he was used to having you can barely see that color. A little bit maybe, but not much. Mm-hmm. But it gives it a unifying color scheme for the piece. And since I layer the colors transparently over this, it does kind of show through a little bit. It helps especially with mixing. Like if I'm doing a nighttime scene, which this will somewhat be, if I put a dark blue down, then I don't have to mix every color with the dark blue. I can just layer it on top of the dark blue, and there you go. You have that darkness in the piece without having to mix every color individually with blue. You just put the base color over the top. Do the flats. All right. It's got to dry a minute. Too bad I don't have any Christmas ghost stories to tell right now. Yeah. Could remind everybody to go buy the Kirkland Horror. Not a ghost story, but it is a horror story. I'm very proud of that novel. It's selling pretty well at conventions, actually. I just sold a bunch again at the Trenton Punk Rock Festival, which was a lot of fun. I saw some people that I haven't seen in a while, too. It's going to take a minute. Feel like I should juggle or something, so everyone's got something to watch. Besides the paint drying. Got this new box of graphic ones. My favorite of all the microns. I used to use it more before I got into the zebra pens, but those are very reliable, and I would like to go back to using them more often. Well, I don't know. What else? I am going to start adding more to the Etsy store as soon as I'm done with these conventions. I know that doesn't help for holiday gift giving, but yeah, be some new stuff up there soon. New and old stuff. Sorry. Something got my teeth. But yeah, stuff that hasn't been available online, including originals. I always say, well, except the Krampus is probably like 50. All these live stream drawings, if anybody ever wants to claim them, $75. But I will probably, if they're not claimed in a particular evening, put them up on Etsy. See if anybody grabs them there. We're almost dry enough, so let's just get going with this. Okay. She is definitely going to be wearing red because that makes the most sense. Now, if it doesn't look bright, that is because I'm layering it over the top of its complement. There is a lot of green in that wash below it. So it's going to kind of make it look muddy and grayed out. But if I do want to make this red brighter, which I will. Also, the red that I'm using is a little darker. I think it was mixed with some black or something. Maybe a touch of purple. I know that it's not a pure red I'm working with at the moment. But anyway, yeah, if I want to get it brighter, I just layer more on it. If I decide this is how I want it to look, then I don't need to. But yeah, I'll probably layer more on because, I don't want it to look this muddy, that red. Christmas witch, though she is. My screen just went bright for some reason, but nothing, no particular thing came through on it, so I don't know. Now, I will not be so I'm not going to do it like this for those berries. Nope, I want the pure red for this one. Oh, you know what? Put that up there for a reason. You know, those are going to need to be layered too. No, or I could use the acrylic marker later. Right, might be a little bit better seeing it that way. Okay. No worries, James. You take your time. I'll just keep painting red berries. Okay. Yeah, let's give her a yellow eye because cats have yellow eyes, and you know what? Witches should too. All right. I don't have enough of that. These are the hands of children reaching out to escape. If that sounds unkind and morbid, well, witches eat children, so, you know, happy holidays. right. Looking pretty good so far. I don't know why that always gets so dark on me. Well, that's because there's not two lights on it. I get that. That's a big reason why. I guess if I kept that down, it would be better. I don't know. Maybe. Unfortunately, my bar light did not work out. Well, the strip light that I had up top, it just was not. It malfunctioned. It kept turning off. So I got to send it back. So much for having a better light setup like I had hoped. Right now I'm mixing a green for that bag. So a dark green for the bag. You want one of those dark Santa greens. She is a very devilish looking witch. Those poor children. Whenever I'm doing commissions at a show, this is about how fast I got to work on them. Even faster sometimes, because I just don't. I and the person waiting for them don't have time to spend, a couple hours on it or whatever. Which is why I always encourage people to do pre-shows, because I can just do more with it. But anyway. I gotta brighten the red on her at some point, but I am going to make that green a little lighter over here because I want some variety. Oh, you know what though? Oh, I could have a witch the next time. Like, I don't know how I would do it. Almost like a Christmas tree with her broom. Idiot. I don't know. I didn't think of that before, but next time. Maybe I will do a second Christmas witch next week. So there's that to look forward to. Unless something gets thrown in the wrench gets thrown in the wheel there, but well, not a wrench, but if I decide to switch it up. Oh, despite the lighting over there, it's not that dark. I guess I could. The thing is, it's going to make that halo. You know what I mean? That's part of the live streams. I can never stop playing with the lighting and the camera. Welcome back, James. Got a bunch of coloring done while you were gone. Yeah, let's go with this. This is a much nicer red. Oof. Not too dark. Kind of has that older Christmas look. Because I don't know, if you look at old pictures of Santa Claus, he doesn't have like really, it's like a deep red. It's not really a bright red. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Yeah, I kind of like how she's coming out. I don't know. I went into it so fast. I feel like I would have made a couple of different choices with her, but that's all right. Part of the live streams, too, is not just to have pieces to sell during or after the live streams, but also just to keep that practice going of having to just like get shot out of a cannon and have to put together a piece of artwork in a short amount of time. It's good practice for me. I think not until the new year. I got to figure out how I could set it up and hopefully get more people regularly watching. But I wanted to do like a true like voting system, see what like have everybody choose what I draw on the next stream. I also thought about doing a piece over multiple live streams, but it's just like almost like an exquisite corpse type of thing where like I finish one part of it and I move on to the next part the next week, and I don't know, just different gimmicks to get people interested in tuning in. But yeah, I want to do it when there's a bit more regular participation from more people, and then that I think would be a lot of fun. And then I would be at everyone's mercy for what actually gets done during the live stream. How are we doing over here? I was wondering. 2 on YouTube, none on Facebook. That's good. Also rare that I don't have Facebook viewers, but that's okay. I did earlier. I imagine it's hard to sit through an entire 2-hour live stream while a psychotic artist just babbles to himself. People seem to be liking it. I was working on actual like artwork, Mike, that I was getting ready for, say, prints or I was trying not to do people's commissions on it just because then they're not necessarily the first person seeing it. I like to give people who commission stuff the first chance to see and post their stuff. But I made the mistake once or twice where I posted it before a commissioner did, and I could see that they were a little disappointed that they didn't get to be the first one. But anyway, yeah, I was doing that, but then, I'm kind of doing this on the good advice of Steph Wilson, and Carrie Ann, his wife, because they do their live streams and they're always getting art claims on what they do during their live streams. And, not that everyone that tunes into a live stream needs to buy something, but, I'm still trying to figure out more ways of monetizing this whole thing. Conventions are going well. I have some more freelance work and then there's just my own, like, starting the Etsy store and just released a new book, but good to diversify. So I'm trying this out. It hasn't worked so far, but it's in progress. That said though, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is. I thought about also once I actually start doing the work on Chadiana issue 4, like the actual pages, I had thought about putting together, working on it during some live streams, I should say, because I think people would like that too. I don't know. I might just do a mix of all of it, Maybe I'll do some art claims for a while. Hopefully in the future they'll work better. Do some project work. Kind of bad ringing in my ear all of a sudden. Do some project work on some. Do do some work for stuff that I'm doing for products, or if somebody's okay with me working on a commission during the live stream, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry I haven't tuned into your live streams yet. I haven't gotten used to the fact that you're doing it on Monday. And last night it wouldn't have worked anyway because I was watching The Wizard of Oz, which I haven't seen since I was very little. But I used to be apparently obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. All right. Getting updates on my phone again. Nothing that needs an immediate response. Well, her skin is a little greener than it's showing up, but I wanted it to be light green. Okay. My tea's like ice cold at this point. Yeah, no, I know. And I should sometimes, well, I think I've said this. I watch either a lot of time. It used to be Dark Souls lore videos or listening to music. And then I got into Red Letter Media during the pandemic, and I also got into listening to true crime. But sometimes I don't want comedy or true crime. So I really should be listening. Oh, thank you, Cirilla. What perfect timing. Well, I'm filling in a big area. I really should be listening to more art videos because there's tutorial videos, there's the live streams, there's just. Oh, you okay? You're all right, lady? That's why you don't stand on a pallet. Well, you sopped up about all that green. Good thing I didn't need much more of it. Oh, you're a menace. Come on. All right. Oh, that was scary, huh? Had to get my elbow under your butt to save you. It's all right. You'll be back on the table in like 2 minutes. I'm sure. I'm glad you're okay. Nutty cat. Yep, I knew it. Right back up. Right back up. Wasn't enough for you, was it? Right. Gonna let that all dry a second because next are the values. Oh, am I gonna finish in time, Cirilla? I don't know. Krampus was a little easier. Well, she wasn't hard, but oh no, we're not doing values yet. Wait a second. Oh my God, Cirilla, come on. Move along, lady. Move along. Just stay over there, maybe, for a moment. I can get you to. Always heavy eyeshadow on my witches. Well, most of my female characters have it. Chadiana included. And then we can let it dry for the values. Don't chew the wire, lady. Don't chew the wire. I need that wire. I need the wire. I need it. I'll pet you. Nope. Come on. Leave that be, will you? I love you, but you're a pain in the ass sometimes. Oh. I swear it's not a cat toy, lady. You're not supposed to go after the. You left. Every once in a while, she'll just sit peacefully right here. And that's like the best. Because then I can paint or draw. She can get attention. She just purrs away. But when I say every once in a while, that's like 1 out of every, 8 times she gets up here. So it's rare. I don't know if she's done it during the live stream. That's a good question. A good question I just answered and assumed was asked on my own. I don't think I'm going to finish her during this stream. That's too bad. I do like how she's coming out. And it's always like the values that really like enhance it, because it never looks great when it's just, I appreciate that people say it's coming out good, but it's really when you start adding the lights and shadows that, at least the way I do my watercolors, like I feel like that's when it really shines. It really adds to the pieces. Okay. Okay. So, right, there's one little spot. I missed that green. That was weird. I thought I saw Cirilla move past me, but she's still over by her food bowl, which is over there. So I don't know what that was. Starting to hallucinate. I don't know. Oh wow, 10 minutes left in this live stream. Well, I've been known to go a little bit later, but I do want to wake up early tomorrow. Have a commission to deliver. Okay. Almost. Get down in this area. Yeah, as usual, I probably won't get to the highlights and any of the extra little bells and whistles. But I'll get the dark values done. That I can pretty much guarantee. Because I'm pretty much there. Okay. Oh, I forgot to get that before. Forgot that before too. This feels more like a older way I used to paint, where it was a little bit more gestural, which I never disliked. I just felt like no one was ever going to hire me that way. But I don't know. I do work faster that way. It's not for any other reason. I'm just more comfortable than trying to be so precise and perfect. And I feel like it adds more energy to the pieces, but it's just me. Oh, people like seeing that super crisp, carefully constructed, almost plasticky looking illustration stuff. Well, in comics, I should say, they do. They don't really, well, there are some that are painterly, but I feel like everybody's used to really super rendered. Just never a type of art that appealed to me. But it's what people want. Man, it's gonna look really good when I'm able to finish it. I'm disappointed I won't be able to in this stream. Because all it's going to take is a little bit of detail with the highlights and some little colored pencil work and everything, and she's going to look really good. But I got to let this all dry properly, and that's the one problem with finishing in a live stream. I never used to do all that extra work on a piece, but I do find it just enhances it. Maybe not that dark. Thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Just that. Black mixed with peacock blue. To just darken any spots and also gray them out a bit where they need to be. Just adds a little bit of depth to the piece. And again, like straight black just doesn't look right in watercolors. I like it in an acrylic painting, although I've shied away from it more and more as time goes on. But I don't know, I never liked the way just straight black watercolor looks. Doesn't have the same look as inks or acrylics. So I tend to only use it in mixtures to darken. All right. Really want to define this line better, and that would help with that one. Like I said, I mean, just needs a little bit there for some highlights and everything, and she'll be looking mighty good. But alas, I will not be able to do it in this live stream. That's okay. We got pretty close. Good sleep to you. Yeah. Bashasi Drasala. Bashasi Drasala. Best I can do, James. But to you too. Have a good night. Yeah, she's gonna need to dry anyway, and then I'll be able to finish little things on her, some highlights and such. But there's my first attempt at a Christmas switch. Very possible I will do another Christmas switch next week, because why the hell not? Anyway, I will, I'll see you all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be, I don't know, not the 17th, because that's Sunday. Monday's the 18th, 19th, Tuesday the 19th. Yeah, so everyone have a good night. Yeah, I was going to say sweet dreams, don't let the bed bugs bite. I don't know what's going on in my mind today. Anyway, yeah. Have a great night, everyone. I will see you next week for another live stream drawing. And yeah, it was good to see everybody that came out. Have a wonderful week and weekend, and I'll see you next time. Where are we? Right, the overlay. All right, everyone. Good night.